Hey everyone, welcome to another episode in the Endless SpaceX series. Today we're going to look at the first pane up here, the Empire Summary. So, simply put, this is a summary of your empire. Okay, so joking aside, systems management. All the systems you have colonized will appear in this box in a list. It's pretty simple, right? It'll give you a summary of everything. You'll get your colony/outpost status with its level, number of planets in it. The open dots are things you cannot colonize. The white dot is something you can colonize. A blue dot means it's colonized. If there's a circle around it, that means it's a special planet. In this case, that's our homeworld. You get your population, how many turns it's going to take for the next one to show up, and the population that is going to show up next. In this case, 7 turns. We get another Imperial. System approval, with all the modifiers and the effects of that. Heroes, food output, industry output, science output, dust output, influence output. Resources that you have access to. This would be like titanium, hyperium. Luxuries, the current construction with the number of turns on it. Automation policy, if we have any ships in the hangar. So, we are the federated systems of Wolf Overclocked. We're a federation. You can change your government type once you learn the tech to do so, here, and these are the other government types. Federation lets us spend influence to influence elections. So, you'll get your traits and your affinities here. As you acquire minor civilizations, the traits from those get grafted into the section, into your Empire Traits section, and you have your Empire Approval Rating. The higher your Empire Approval Rating, the more empire-wide dust and science you get. As I mentioned before, planetary approval affects food and influence. Pretty simple, right? This basically just shows you an overview of what you've got. The big thing I want to talk about here is the victory conditions and the performance concept. So, these are the ways you can win this game. A score victory, a supremacy victory, a conquest victory, a science victory, an economic victory, and a wonder victory. So a score victory. If you have the highest score at the end of the game, essentially, you win. End of the game, I believe by default, is turn 300. But that's variable based on, like it says, your game settings. Score is gained through gaining population, colonizing and upgrading systems, researching tech, improving trade, improving your heroes, winning battles, and completing quests. So basically everything you do in the game has a certain amount of points associated to it, and those points get added up to determine your score. You can see the score of yourself and all the other empires by mousing over the end turn button. As you can see, our score is 37. Generally speaking, about 35 to 40 is where you're going to start in the game. Oh, and also, the AI, almost always going to have a higher score than you, just because that's the way the game works. Getting a score victory, it's actually easier to turn the other victories off in the options before you start the game. Probably want to set the game on normal, and then just jam on through, taking over things and hitting the end turn button. But you can also see your placement for score victory. Obviously, we're in first place, because everyone's in first place on the first turn. So here is the units of population in our empire. All of our pop units get added up and put here, regardless of their type. Number of heroes, number of curiosities we've discovered. Over here we have the supremacy victory. Supremacy, bring all major factions' home systems under your control. Progress 1 of 8. So there are 8 empires. Each one has a home system. It has a little crown on the top of its box here. If you control all 8 of those, you win the game. It's not uncommon to reduce the number of empires and snipe homeworlds if you want to sort of achievement hunt this victory. It's not a difficult thing to get, because you can just bore straight to a homeworld, take it over, make a truce, leave. And you can do that 8 times over. It's actually not that difficult. But if you are going to shoot for the Supremacy Victory achievement, I would probably suggest going down to 4 empires and then attempting it in that way. So, we can see here our total manpower, be it in systems, fleets, and in reserve. So our 375 I mentioned last time, plus the manpower in our ships, manpower in our single system, all adds up to 595. That's relevant for some quests. I don't think United Empire has any. I know the Riftborn has one, where you have to get this total up to a certain amount. Number of battles won, just to keep track of that. And command points. Command points determine your fleet size. So we have 4, and if you look at our ship here, like say the colony ship, this has a total command point of 1, and we have 4. So we could have a fleet of 4 like patrol ships. You can increase your command points through techs. I think the maximum is something like 30, close to it. And there are bigger ships, so your first starting ships are all 1s, the medium ships are 3s, your dreadnoughts are 6s. I think arcs for the Vajani are 8s. So that's your supremacy area. Conquest. Control X number of systems to win the game. In this case, we have to control 43 star systems to win. Obviously, we only control 1 right now. Once you control that many systems, you win the game. These are the systems we have. These are the planets we've colonized. These are the minor civilizations you've assimilated. I just combined the word civilizations and assimilated right then. So, yeah, we don't have any. You can assimilate minor civilizations by encountering them. They'll have their own systems with their own influence bubble, and then you will usually negotiate with them, but you can oftentimes declare war on them and invade them and take them over. So, science. You have to research 4 techs to get a science victory. These 4 techs are found in the 5th level of every section. So in the science section is the Genius of the Endless. Economy and Trade is Wealth of the Endless. Military is Power or Might of the Endless. And the Empire Improvement section, Development section is Power of the Endless. You can, if you get all 4 of those, you win the game. If you're in an alliance, you actually have to kind of give away these technologies to the other groups in order to bring them up to speed, because it'll jump it up from 4 to 6, and I think you have to give every other empire 2 techs in order to activate this victory while you're in an alliance, or you could just learn all 4 and leave the alliance. Number of techs that you have unlocked. Amount of science generated per turn. Number of technology stages you've unlocked so far. So the economy area, economic victory, you have to get a certain amount of dust generated in total in your empire. Generated means through the pluses here. You can't go on the marketplace, sell a ton of things, and expect economic victory. This is purely dust you have created, as far as I know. So in our case, we have to get 630,000 dust in order to get economic victory. This increases if you're in an alliance. Of course, you can get the 600 and leave the alliance. Generally speaking, something like the Lumeris, gonna shoot for this. Riftborn could probably go for it. United Empire could probably go for it. But usually, it's something that the Lumeris are gonna be the best at. In the economy section, we can see the number of improvements built in our empire, number of trade routes in our empire, and the number of trade company headquarters you own. Trade company headquarters, you research this tech, commercial frameworks, and you unlock trade company HQs. You install trade company HQs as a system improvement, and then subsidies to activate the trade routes. And that's what those 2 are talking about. Wonder Victory. You have to build 3 obelisks of all space-time. Obelisks of all space-time unlock when you get into the 5th level of the Empire Development section of the tech tree. You can see them right here. You need to build 3 of these. They cost 20,000 industry, and 50 of the Hyperium and Titanium level resources, 25 Adamantium and Antimatter resources, the 2nd level resources, and 10 Orchaloclux and Quadronix, the 3rd tier resources. So you have to put a lot into these because you have to build 3 of them. And I believe they have to be in 3 consecutive systems. So like whatever these 2 systems would be, or this system, and whatever 1 or 2 are up there, that's what we'd have to, it's where we'd have to build our wonders in order to get a wonder victory. You can also see the number of quests you've completed, number of deeds you've achieved, and the number of wonders you own. So deeds and wonders are these boxes here. So this is a wonder, the Endless Research Park in Endless World. You build that in your system, it counts as a wonder. Usually a wonder, it's a really big building, right? It's a really big improvement. Wonders and deeds are the same thing, by the way. But not all deeds are wonders. So all wonders are deeds. And any wonder you build is unique in the universe, excepting, you know, the obelisks. So if I were to build the Endless Research Park in Endless World, no one else could have it. Sometimes I go for these, sometimes I don't. It depends on if the AI is going for it. Then I'll maybe try to get it. This is a deed, it's a challenge, creator of wealth. Be the first to produce 100 dust in a single star system. I don't think I've ever gotten this one, in all honesty. It's usually one that the AI is really good at just picking off early. And when you complete these deeds, you get rewards. This one gives us 75 Hyperium. Obviously, the building ones give you the building and the effects the buildings provide. So, I think that covers everything in this Empire summary screen. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if I missed something or was unclear on something, and I will try to respond coherently and clearly. So thanks for watching again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.